Greet you all students of third year. This is paper first, and every starting point with sincere efforts, honest endeavors, and hard work reaches towards the completion. Students, we are almost towards the completion of this famous celebrated romantic comedy, The Merchant of Venice. And at this juncture, through relativity, connectivity, you have better idea about various events and incidents. It is also reminiscent of the opening scene, Act 1, onwards, and 1 to 4. Now, here the axis of entire drama, it is on the theme of light, the light of goodness. And Shakespeare's theatrical skill is reflected in the organization of various events and incidents. Now that there is tremendous impact on the mindset of the audience and readers as well. Here students, just in very creative way of thinking, you just think of the point that the famous moonlit scene, which takes place between Jessica and Lorenzo. Now you just think over it. Why this famous scene? When the final scene, it begins with this celebrated moonlit scene, and with the calm and quiet atmosphere, with the amorous conversation between these two lovers, Jessica and Lorenzo. And it is followed by the royal, dignified, and graceful arrival of Portia. So this is the pivotal point, Portia with Nerissa. Now Shakespeare's presentation is indeed commendable. And you just imagine it is, imagine as a stage performance, that both of them, they are, standing outside the house, the big mansion, and Portia with, her victory, and she, appears as a queen in the trial scene after the, great victory when she saves the life of Antonio. She arrives and, visualizing the candlelight. And light, this is theme of, that's why here I focus the theme of light. Now what is the reason behind it? This is what I am just going to explain, and it also reflects Shakespeare's worldly wisdom. And through the utterance, the famous celebrated utterance of Portia, and she visualizes the candlelight, and it becomes the axis of entire romantic comedy, The Merchant of Venice. Now, what is that utterance? And here I would like to focus on that. This is when I, discuss this importance and relevance of the theme of light. Now, what is the reason behind it? Because, her word, when she points out that, see, little candle throws his beams, so shine a good deed. Yes, it is the metaphor of light, students. Try to understand. Metaphor of light, and which is important and relevant even in human life. So this is the relevance of this worldly wisdom. And Portia's remark on the candle light. And this light is integrated with what? Yes, this light is integrated with moonlight and sunlight as well. Because most of the scenes, they are taken place in sunlight. And here, when the final scene, it begins with the moonlight. So, this is the beautiful integration among all this. And we have, now, see, the symbolical significance of light with good deed here, goodness. Now, here, when she, how far that limits, this is the light here symbolically. If you perform some good task, if you have passion for doing some good work, so it is really light of your life. And then justification of your existence. You have to justify what is the reason that you are living in this world. So good deeds, his focus is on axis, which is the focus of this entire world, of this human existence. What is the reason? That is goodness and good deeds. So we have symbolical significance. Now, we just discuss in this from the point of view of worldly wisdom as well. Now, here are certain, points, students. Now, Portia, all the characters, see, good deeds of various characters. See, this is, you can have a look and so you have better understanding about this. Now, good deeds of various characters. For instance, Portia, justification of good action by saving the life of Antonio. And, she appears as really a great human being with remarkable humanitarian approach. And other characters now, Narissa, she also, throughout this drama, she has been at the service of Portia and all this, noble pious tasks. She has been also, supporting her. Antonio, yes, Antonio's example is also, one of the most important examples, because all the time he is prompt and very ready to sacrifice his life for the sake of friendship. So this is called ideal friendship. So now these are certain, connotations. We have deeper meaning of the word light. And here Bassanio's, for instance, Bassanio, his fellow feelings and, for everybody, and his nobility, it is reflected throughout the play. He never, causes harm to anybody. And so his nobility is also reflected here. And Gratiano, Sereno, all these are good characters. So noble characters we have. So this is the point here. Now, when we discuss about the meaning of light, here, this through the famous utterance of Portia, you students, it is necessary to comprehend the idea of light, because in examination, you may be put up the question on the theme and characters also. Characterization, when we talk about the character of Portia and other characters, Narissa, Antonio, and Bassanio. Now, here the light of romantic comedy also, other connotations also of this significant word when we talk about goodness, good deeds in human life. So here, poetic justice, the theme of poetic justice is also reflected. So now when we talk about the various meanings, mind you students, it is also important to understand here that in this, we have, special reference to the final scene when we talk about it, the light of romantic comedy with special comical effect also. When we talk about romantic comedy, when now we are going to discuss another important, event, that ring episode, where with the, that comical effect throughout this, and with the mingling of tragic comedy, as we discussed earlier also. Then we have, light of colors and human relations. Now, what kind of human relations? Strengthening human relations, and the importance and relevance of that is also very important. Good characters, love and faith among all these characters. Now, see, light of love between Portia and Narissa. Okay, have you understood it? And see their bondings and the intimacy between these two characters. It's also, one of the important points in this drama, famous comedy. Now, Antonio, Bassanio, and all these friends, the bondings and the, kind of faith and love among all these characters. And then we have obviously these, couples also. So from that point of view, so here we have colors of human relations, Portia, Bassanio, Gratiano, Nerissa. So you have to discuss this important point. Then we have, Portia, Nerissa, and Lawrence with Jessica. Yes. So, and even minor characters also, Lancelot, Bassanio, Jessica. So the idea underlying is that here light, the meaning of that in the sense of when Portia, in her famous celebrated utterance, when she talks about little candle, she is standing outside the house, she visualizes the sparkling light during night, and she says that it shines as a good deed of all the characters and human relations and colors of bondings and colors of faith in all the characters. And then finally, we have the point of poetic justice. So, here it is a must to know the deeper meaning of the word light. So, have you got the point, students? Now, when we talk about, see, other important point here, yes, time and environment is also very important. See, here another important utterance. You maybe put up this in even in examination. That see the here utterance of Portia when she talks about, see, this is the season. Now, what is the time and environment is also very important. When she says about let me give the light. I mean, here although another point is that in the next let me give that, this is another reference of this word light. When Portia she talks about it, the idea again important idea here is that she is symbol of light. Now how she can be the symbol of light? She gives life to Bassanio. Bassanio earlier, he was, suffering a lot because of the various problems in his life. And then, he seeks help of Antonio, and the Antonio is ready to help his friend Bassanio all the time. All this. So she is in a way symbol of light for Bassanio, and when she saves Antonio's life in trial scene, so she has given light to Antonio also. Is that clear? So I mean, you maybe put up this question. I mean, from the point of view of explanation also, it is very important. Let me give the light, but the another meaning of the word light, that is also very important. And this is here, students, let another meaning of word light means which is immoral. It is just opposite meaning to that. So when we talk about the significance of the theme of bright light, Portia simply she wants first light here, the light of virtues, light of morality, generosity, service of humanity. But the other light is just opposite meaning, that is immoral and bad character. One should not have light character. So from that point of view, reflection of Portia's intelligence and virtues. So Shakespeare's treasure of worldly wisdom, from that point of view also, the moral message being conveyed through such substantial dialogues and to the whole universe. And this, when we talk about the bright light, it radiates positivity in the atmosphere. And therefore, Portia, she becomes the symbol of light in entire romantic comedy. And see the Bassanio's expression, again the word, light, third time we have, this expression of light. When let me give light, when Portia she points out that, now see the Bassanio, when Bassanio says that we should hold day with the antipodes. See the Bassanio's expression is also very important. And what is the meaning of that? Antipodes? Yes, two opposite sides of globe if you would walk in absence of the sun. The idea is that even during night, Portia's presence is so bright as the light of sun, and which shines even opposite side of the globe. Here we are geographical fact in the sense because sun, it constantly shines, and that's why we have importance of, yes, we have metaphor of sunlight also. Constantly, see, even night, it shines in the other part of globe. So idea here is that the meaning is that even night, Portia's presence is so bright as the light of the sun, and even as if we shines opposite side of the globe during night. So here, the which kind of here light of virtues. She's treasure of good qualities. Students, it is a must to know that it is very important from the point of view, first, theme of light, second, Portia's character, and third important point is that from the point of view of worldly wisdom. So when you may be put up this question from the point of your explanation also, it is very important. Now here, have a look. This is the significance of the theme of bright light. You would have better understanding through this when we talk about say the harmony and happiness and this goodness and happiness and all this. I mean, we have when I in the beginning of my lecture, I mentioned the point that we are almost towards the completion of this famous romantic comedy. So happy ending is very important point, significance, and we are really here we when we talk about the integration among all these lives. See, here we have moral message being conveyed through such substantial dialogues, and this the dialogue in which Portia's light of virtues, and Bassanio's expression, his expression of admiration for Portia, because Portia's presence, when it radiates entire atmosphere with bright light of good qualities, merits, and virtues. Virtues of generosity, virtues of benevolence, positivity, humility, modesty, women of substance, all these various qualities she possesses. Now, see, when I mentioned the point here of sunlight, all I mean, many events and incidents, they take place during sunlight. So here, importance of that, in the all the problems and riddles in the beginning and towards the middle part of this drama comedy, all the now what are these problems, for instance, when the play begins, do you remember? That's why I reiterate the importance of relativity and connectivity. So Antonio's, he his predicament and his plight when his ships, the venture, and all these ships, they have gone for merchandise and for commercial purpose. So this is the, but he was at the time is in very very that kind of feeling in which he was getting tensed, he was so worried, and in the mental state he was in that mental state, that what would happen to him is, and even then, in spite of the fact, he was so keen to help his friend Bassanio. So all these riddles and problems, they are solved, and so the scenes, events taken place in sunlight. So this is the important. Then we have moonlight, entire atmosphere is calm. It's a symbolical significance that moonlight, calm and quiet, peace. I mean, this is really essential for the human existence, for the betterment of human existence, civilizations and generations after generations. There must be peace in the entire world. So this is what exactly, worldly wisdom. Shakespeare, his plays, they are treasure of worldly wisdom. So from that point of view, it is very, love and peace establishment of, as do you remember earlier we discussed the point of poetic justice, and at the time that was in the trial scene in the act 4, that the establishment of justice and peace. What is the purpose of justice? So that we would have love and peace, love, harmony and peace in the world. And then that's why this is the in all these incidents, all these incident events, they are associated with each other. So the candle light, it is light of wit, humor, so many, good deeds, nobility, several other virtues. This is what that we have. Now when we discuss about Portia's character, the significant point is that through her brilliance and Shakespeare, she is in a way mouthpiece of Shakespeare's ideas, his worldly wisdom, and especially in this utterance, Shakespeare, he tends to highlight the significance of illumination, significance of light, and which is a must for the betterment of society and human life. Therefore, the drama, it was written in 16th century, and because of this worldly wisdom, it is relevant even today. So, students, you may not find this matter in any book, and I mean reference book, that the axis of entire drama is the theme of light. You may have other, important points, but I really reiterate the importance of this significant theme which is relevant even today. So you must study this famous romantic comedy from the point of view of relevance as well. And that will be beneficial to you for your better performance in examination as well. Thank you. We'll continue.